Hey guys, this is Zero, and today we're going to talk about a very hotly contested topic, which is which Claymore is better. Is it the Snow-Tombed Starsilver or the Prototype Archaics? So the Prototype Archaic is what we know as the Prototype Animus, which has been renamed for whatever reason that MiHoYo has decided to rename it for, while the Snow-Tombed Starsilver is the latest Claymore that has been introduced to all of us in the 1.2 patch of Dragonspine. So as you can see here, the Snow-Tombed Starsilver has a base attack of 44, as well as a substat, which is a physical damage bonus. It also has a passive, which is Frost Burial, which has a 60% chance of dealing 80% of your damage in an AoE. Enemies affected by Cryo are dealt 200% of your attack, and this occurs every 10 seconds. While for the Prototype Archaic, it has a similar base attack at level 1. This is level 80, of course, as well as having an attack percentage substat. It has a passive called Crush, which normal or charge attacks have 50% chance of dealing 240% at Refine 1, 240% attack damage to opponents in a small AoE every 15 seconds. So looking at the substats as well as the passive, the main difference is the Snow-Tombed Starsilver has a physical damage passive, while the Prototype Archaic has a attack percentage passive. So before we head into the nitty-gritty, just to let you guys know on the tests that I've run, the controls that I have been using. All characters using in the test will be Constellation 6. They will have level 6, level 9, and level 9 on all their talents. And all of them will be level 90 characters in a vacuum with all possible talents and passives activated and equipping the best in slot artifacts, which will be also getting them 50% crit rate and 100% crit damage as well. So all damage output will be consistent so that we get the most accurate result. So without further ado, let's head into the first character which we will talk about, which is Deluxe. Deluxe is of course a Pyro Claymore user, and he has a crit rate passive on Ascension. So we're gonna for Deluxe, I've done two tests here, one with a physical damage goblet as well as one with the Pyro damage goblet to compare which is actually the best weapon on him. So I'm just gonna go straight into the physical damage goblet test, which you can see the Prototype Animus. It has a 18k damage, while 18k DPS, while for the Snow-Tombed Starsilver it has a 15.9k DPS. So for a physical build, the Archaic actually deals quite a lot more as compared to the Snow-Tombed Starsilver. But when we take into account using a Pyro Goblet, the test results are as follows. The Prototype Archaic does 21k, while the Starsilver deals 19.4k. So actually on both builds, the Archaic greatly outdamages the Starsilver. So if you're using a Deluxe, you are fine if you are currently using the Prototype Archaic, so you don't have to change out of it. So next up, we're going to talk about another character, which is Claymore, which is Beidou. Beidou is a Electro Claymore user who gets electro damage bonus on Ascension. So a quick test has revealed that for a Snow-Tombed Starsilver, she deals 11.2k DPS, while for using the Prototype Archaic, she deals 11.173. So the Snow-Tombed Starsilver has a slight edge over the Archaic, but it's not that much that you really need to change out of the Archaic if you are currently using it already. So next up, we're going to talk about Xinyan, which is another Claymore user. So this for Xinyan is a little bit more complicated because of course you have taken into consideration of his elemental skill, which converts all your damage into cryo. So we've done both tests, one with using the elemental skill and one without. So the first test is using the Snow-Tombed Starsilver without using the elemental skill, which converts all your damage into cryo. Starsilver deals 10.3k damage, while for the Prototype Archaic, it deals slightly over 10k. So without using cryo skills, without using your elemental skill. The Starsilver is slightly better than the Archaic, but when we use his when we use his elemental skill, the Snow-Tombed Starsilver deals significantly less damage at 8.6k, while for the Starsilver, for the Prototype Archaic, he deals 9.2k damage. So it's quite a big difference between both the weapons when you want to use the full kit of Zhongyun, and that is because of the physical damage percentage substat on the Starsilver over Archaic, which has a attack bonus. So of course, when you're dealing cryo damage, your physical damage bonus does not get taken into account as well. So you lose quite a bit of damage if you use your elemental skill. So the Prototype Archaic, is the best weapon for the Zhongyun. So next up, we're gonna talk about Razor, which is another elemental electro Claymore user, which has a physical damage bonus on Ascension. So some people might think, okay, because of having a physical damage bonus on Ascension, that the Starsilver might be better because it stacks up with your physical damage, as well as having a physical damage goblet, of course, but it is not. In fact, using the Snow-Tombed Starsilver, you get slightly over 14k DPS. Well, if you're using the Archaic, you get 14.3k, which is slightly 200 damage higher than the Starsilver. And this is mainly because that when you have, say, maxed out physical damage, which you get 56% from the goblet, and then you have 3.4 from the Starsilver, as well as your passive, you have reached diminishing returns on your physical damage. So despite attack, definitely you already have more than 100% attack percentage, is still slightly better as compared to physical damage. So the Prototype Archaic is still the best weapon, best craftable Claymore for Razor, but only ever so slightly. So in the end, it is up to you whether you want to switch up to the Starsilver if you only have it at rank 1, but if you already have your Prototype Archaic at rank 2 or rank 3, feel free to continue using the Archaic, and rest assured that it is the best weapon, best craftable Claymore for you. Next up, we're going to talk about Xinyan, which is which gets attack percentage on her Ascension. So this is the damage on the Snow-Tombed Starsilver. You deal slightly over 14k DPS with your, of course, with your taking into account the passive from the Snow-Tombed Starsilver. While for using these Archaic, you actually do slightly less damage from the Archaic. So the Starsilver is slightly better on Xinyan than the Archaic, but not by much as well. In the end, it's just a minuscule difference that you probably won't notice, and you probably do not want to build the Starsilver if you already have your Archaic at rank 2 or rank 3. So last but not least, we're going to talk about Noelle, which despite not being, doesn't really want to use the Archaic or the Starsilver, just in case no one has, the person doesn't have the white blind, we're going to take into account as well. Unfortunately, I do not have the calculations to show you guys in regards of comparing the Archaic as well as the Starsilver, but my test has shown that the Archaic deals significantly a lot more damage on the Archaic as compared to the Starsilver, because the Starsilver's substat, which is physical damage bonus, will not affect your burst damage, which translates your damage into Geo. So Archaic is significantly way more better on Noelle than the Starsilver. So all in all, in comparing the Starsilver as well as the Archaic, the damage difference is very, very minuscule on a lot of these characters, and it is definitely up to which character you are going to main the Claymores on to get a more accurate decision on which Claymore is better. So just to wrap things up, just a final TLDR, the characters which the Starsilver benefits compared to the Archaic is Beidou as well as Xinyan. But for any other Claymore user, which is you have Deluxe, you have Zhongyun, you have Razor, as well as Noelle, the Archaic deals a lot more damage, and definitely if you are already using the Archaic, you are more than happy to hear that, because you don't have to craft a whole new weapon and level it up to max again. So thank you guys for watching. Hope this clears things up. If you guys have any comments or ideas, or if your test has shown differently, do let me know in the comments. as well, and I hope you guys learned something, and of course continue enjoying exploring Dragon Spine, and hope to see you guys in the next one real soon.